Hey everyone, welcome back to Cuddy's Bookshelf and Happy New Year. I hope that you have had a great new year. This is my first day off. I think it's the 4th today. This is my first full day off since Christmas, so I am filming. I have spent the day taking down all of the Christmas decorations and the trees and everything, so it's been chaotic, and then I'm like, I need to film. So yeah, I'm here. And I'm going to be doing my November and December reading wrap-ups, because obviously I didn't get one done in November because woo, and then December's is late because yeah. So I will start with November's reads. So the first one was The Foundling by Stacey Halls. I really enjoyed this book. I knew I was going to like it because this was recommended to me by a friend, and I've gave her a lot of books when I've double pre-ordered on certain types of books, like more flowery writing, and just I knew the sort of books that she loved. So she recommended me this one. She's like, you're gonna love Stacey Hall's books, and I think The Familiars is the one that she's really excited for me to read. So this follows two women. One of them is Bess. Bess has just given birth, and she wants to take her child to it's called the Foundling Hospital, and what they do is they take your child in and raise them for so many years, and then you can come back and claim your child if you're not in a position to raise them at the time. So Bess leaves her child with this hospital, and 6 years later she goes back to buy her child back, like pay for, it's not necessarily buying the child, it's paying for the board and the food and everything that it costs to keep a child and raise it for 6 years. So she's gone back to then be told that she has already reclaimed her child 6 years ago. So she doesn't know what to do. Then it follows this rich young widow, and she hasn't left the house in a decade. She is very timid, and she is very unsure whether to hire a nursemaid for her daughter. And that's all I'm going to say, because you really need to, honestly, it's set in 1754. It's such a good book, honestly. I could not put it down when I picked it up. I flew for it and I was obsessed and messaged my friend straight away, like, I'm so glad that you recommended me Stacey Hall's books. So I'm really excited to get to the Familiars. The Foundling, I've just read that. The Familiars. So yeah, that was the first book. Then I read a Claire Keegan, This Is So Late in the Day. This one, I don't like to say too much about Claire Keegan's because they're so tiny, but Claire Keegan's writing, I say it all of the time, is so submersive, and it packs such a punch with such a short story, and it always leaves you wanting more. And this one follows a man where his misogynistic ways cause him to lose the woman that he loves, and I'll just say that. But oh my goodness, so good, absolutely love it, and highly recommend Claire Keegan's books. I will go with a trilogy that I read, which is the Greenbone Saga. I loved these so much. So this follows two crime families. So the main source that they deal with is jade, and this makes a warrior's power stronger, but you need training to use jade. You can't just, not any Tom, Dick and Harry can use jade. And these two rival families are the main families that deal in the jade, but there is this new drug that's come out that is enabling people without training to use jade, and it is causing conflict between the two families. And oh my goodness, there is the reactions that I had reading this, I wish I had vlogged it, because it is harsh, and I cried, like, not fully tears, but like eyes watering, nose going fuzzy, you know you're gonna cry sort of thing in scenes of this. And there was a lot of no in it, but I really did enjoy the way the magical system worked, like regarding the jade, and I fell in love with some of the characters in this, and it was just that, like, the characters are morally grey as well, and I love that. I love a bit of grit to my characters. So yeah, I highly recommend the Greenbone Saga. I know I didn't say much. Did I even say anything at all? Absolutely love these. Highly recommend. Then I read another fantasy, and this one is a standalone, and it is Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. And this gave me the 5-star feels, like, straight away. You know, when you get it in you, like, as soon as you're reading the first chapter and you're like, yeah, I know how this is going to go. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So it follows these two sisters. One of them has been trained and educated to become, because she is betrothed to the God King, and this was arranged to stop a war. When it becomes time for her to go to get married, the dad stops it and sends the other sister in her place. So it makes it so the sister that gets sent doesn't have a clue on anything. She has been like lackadaisy with her education and like all the things that a lady should do. She's a bit like Arya, on Game of Thrones. She's more of the don't really follow the rules, will go on a horse ride when she's supposed to be in a class or whatever. So, and then it also means that the sister that was supposed to be betrothed, she doesn't know her purpose in life. And I loved it. Like, the magical system in this is so good. So it is based on breath. So everyone is born with one breath, but you can collect breath. You can get it from other people. But once you have lost your breath, your original breath, you're dulled. Like, everything's dull in the world. And the more breath you have, the more colour everything has and the stronger you are. So it is a powerful tool to have. But I just loved that concept. I absolutely loved it. And you can't, if you've got, say you've got 100 breaths, you couldn't just pass one over. If you was given a breath to someone, it would be your entire breath amount, so including your original one. So then you will be walking around and everything will be dull and and really weak. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I've done a butcher of a job describing it, but just it's so good. Highly recommend. And then to switch it up a bit, I did read a contemporary romance, which was Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. So this follows Josephine, who is a #1 fan to this golfer called Wells Whitaker. She has been on the sidelines chanting his name for years, and then he hands in the towel, and she really questions if she's been wasting her time, like trying to keep him going. But he had appreciated her there to the point where once he'd given in, he missed her. So he finds her out and proposes that if he gets back into it, like doing it properly, will she be his caddy for this tournament that's coming up? And she's got some personal issues going off in life, so she could really do with the money that he's offering. And then they go travelling and she's his caddy and really get to know each other, and it goes from there. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, as I do with most Tessa Bailey. And then it's not the last book. I was going to say last book, but it's not the last book in November. The second to last book in November is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. And this one is the third book in the Crescent City. I enjoyed this more than Sky and Breath. I'm getting that right, aren't I? Yeah, I enjoyed this more than Sky and Breath. But I think it's got a lot of it's the characters for me. It's got a lot of beloved characters in here. I did like that in it. I can't really say too much, but it's a Sarah J Maas book, and if you know, you know, and I really enjoyed it. Wasn't my favourite. I'm still not sold on this series. And the first one is my favourite from the series. But yeah, not my favourite Sarah J Maas series, but it is a good book anyway. And then the last book that I read was The Poppy War, and I am currently reading... Did I bring it down with me? No, I didn't. It's up on my desk. But I'm currently reading the second one, which is Burning God? I keep getting the two mixed up. Anyway, I am reading the second one at the minute, and I am really, really enjoying this. So this one, the first half, I see what people mean by when they say this feels like two different books. It can be a little bit jarring, but I did find it jarring at first, because it goes from Rin being in this training school, this elite school, which everyone in her town was shocked by, because she is a peasant and she manages to not only pass the exam to enter this elite fighting school, but she also is the top of the list. And she can't wait to attend this school because her home life isn't the best and she's treated really poorly. So she can't wait to go to this school, so excited to get in, and she's trained so hard to pass these tests. And when she gets there, it all's not what it seems. She is very much an outsider. Everyone else comes from like rich families, and it's like a different world to what she knows, and she is a darker skin colour to the rest of them. So she really stands out, and it's not always in the best way. But I thoroughly enjoyed the first half, and then it goes into the war. They were on the brink of war, but only a few people knew that how close they are to this war, as Rin is training throughout the years. But I love this. I really love this. So I am enjoying the second one as well. So there is that. That was the last book of November. Now let's go into December. My stand is gone down again. Hold on. There we go. Bit higher up. So now we'll go into December's reads, which obviously I did vlog in December. So I won't go into too much detail with these, but I will try and get them in some sort of order, because, not gonna lie, getting the thumbnail for this video, I was dropping books all over the place. I was trying to rest them on my knees so you could see them. Ugh. I had to get my husband to come up and actually help me. And I'm like, my thighs, they weren't made to be holding loads of books up. But anyway, I did get a trilogy read that I didn't vlog. So the last week in December, I did manage to read a trilogy. You probably know if you watch the vlogs which one I'm on about. So I'm going to start off with the negative, because I did DNF a book in December, and I was gutted. You know how I like my murdery type books. I DNF'd the 12 Days of Murder. It was just too much going on, and I wasn't sold on the characters. There was just loads of names mentioned all at once, but no real character building. So yeah, I didn't get on with it, so I DNF'd it quite early on, and that is that one. Then I read a poetry collection. This is What the Moon Gave Her. This was really good. This follows, like, once you've had your heart broken and moving forward with that and being free in yourself. Just, you know, how it feels when your heart is so broken, and such beautiful poetry in this collection. And yeah, I loved it. I can't wait to read the second one. Then I read a manga. This is My Neighbor Totoro. This is the all-in-one movie adaptation into a manga, and as I always say, like every time I've mentioned this book, I love this film, so this was perfect for me. Such a cozy read, and I managed to read it whilst editing, so every time that I was waiting for something to upload or anything, I was just like going back to it, and I'm like, oh, but loved it. So then I read What You Are Looking For Is in the Library. This is like short stories, different people's stories, but with one reoccurring factor, which is this library, with this woman that sits there and knows what book people need. So you will go in there telling them what you are wanting, and it's more to do with like changing the ambitions in life and trying to achieve goals and stuff. And the lady gives them like some books that are on the subject, but she also gives them an extra book that she recommends them, and it also gives them like a little token to take with them, and it's like a little felt token, different shapes for different people. But really enjoyed it. Another translated fiction that I love. I did my reread of A Christmas Carol. It's A Christmas Carol. If you haven't read it, you should. It's great. Read it every Christmas, and yeah, just love it. Highly recommend. Then I read A Merry Little Meet Cute. This was not my favourite. I wasn't too impressed by it. So it follows Bea, who is a porn star, but she has the opportunity, because some of the producers that she's worked with before in the porn industry, they were making a movie, but the weirdest thing is the movie is like a Hallmark Christmas movie. So no, like your cheesy Netflix for nowadays, like your cheesy Netflix Christmas movies. Well, they used to all be on Hallmark, they probably still are, but like it's that sort of movie that they're making. So when the lead actress is unable to do it, they phone Bea and give her the opportunity to be an actual actress and not just in like the sex business. So she takes them up on that offer, and nobody knows on the set other than Nolan. She doesn't know that Nolan knows, but Nolan is the male lead in the film, and he has been a big fan of Bea's and followed her career, and he has had fantasies about her. She's had a crush on him before because he was in a boy band, and it goes from there. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, wasn't the best. I have found better romances in the month. I did read Snowed In at the Cat Calf. This is by Rachel Rowlands. I really enjoyed this. This one follows... It starts actually off from the male's perspective, which sort of threw me, because with romances you generally get the female perspective and then it goes into the male. So this one did start off with Jared, and I like that. It threw me a little bit, and then I was like, oh, this is quite good. So Jared is going for a job, not knowing that this job is at a cat calf. He has just lost his cat, and his brother knew that he has been wallowing at home and sad about losing his cat. So his brother told him about this job, which is a delivery job, but it is at a cat calf. So when he is having his interview, he has it outside, because he tells the lady that he is allergic to cats. It just comes out, just because he doesn't want to face cats, it does come out that he just like, I'm allergic, so I can't go near them. And then Emmy, who also works in the cat calf, and she lives in the apartment above, she has just moved there because she needed to get away from her brother, who is very toxic and is battling addiction. So you get that side of it as well. And Emmy and Jared start talking and get closer, and it goes from there. And you can sort of tell by the title stuff that's going to happen. So yeah, Snowed In at the Cat Calf. Then we have The Christmas Book Club by Sarah Morgan. Oh, this was so cozy. This is such a great Christmas read. If you want to add one to your reads next year, this one and a couple more that I've got, but we'll get to them. But this one, 100%. So this follows three friends, Erica, Claudia and Anne. And every year they go on holiday and for their book club. And oh, that just sounds amazing anyway. But this year they go to the Maple Sugar Inn. Is it Maple Sugar or Maple? Yeah, I was right. Maple Sugar Inn. And there is ulterior motives to one of them why they booked this inn. But you also get the perspective of Hattie, who also owns the inn. And she's a struggling single mother. She's new to being a single mother. And she's struggling the balance between single mother, running the inn, and doing things her own way. And she sees this friendship with when the three friends come, she sees their friendship, and it's something that she wants for herself, not knowing that she is going to be intertwined in the secrets that the friends are keeping from each other. Oh my goodness, it is so cozy, it's so lovely. Ugh, highly recommend, absolutely love it. Then I read 2 more from the Dream Harbour series, which is The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore and The Christmas Tree Farm, both by Laurie Gilmore. I really enjoyed these. I enjoyed these a lot more than the Pumpkin Spice calf. I think they needed a little bit more coziness. I think the title of the book gave me a false sense of security when you read some of the books that I'm going to suggest next and this one, you get that cozy feeling, you get the description, and you feel like you're there. You can smell the smells, you can taste the food, that sort of thing. And that's what I was expecting from the Pumpkin Spice, but it was more around the romance rather than the season and like the little things that I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but like it's the little descriptions that get me, that make me feel cozy and bring it to life for me. And these ones do that a lot better. This one is my favourite, The Christmas Tree Farm. This one is Hazel and, I always forget his name, Noah. This one's Hazel and Noah's story, and then this one is Kira and Bennett's story. I do recommend these. I think they're a lot better. The series is getting better as it goes along, which, you know, you want in a 5-star series throughout, but it is getting better, and I do enjoy them because they are fast reads as well. I love a romance for the fastness. The last 2 that was in my Christmassy vlogs are both by Jenny Bayliss, and it's Meet Me Under the Mistletoe and Kiss Me at Christmas. Loved these. If you want yourself a really amazing, great Christmas reads that are cozy and descriptive and everything that I've just said that the Pumpkin Spice calf should have had, yeah, Jenny Bayliss, cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong. I have read a few Jenny Baylisses before, and literally every book has been amazing. Absolute 5 stars. Loved them so much. This one follows Harriet, and Harriet works at this school, and this is more of a prestigious school, and the school invites 5 people from the local town because it's just a small town. So they have a program where 5 students from the local town attend this school, but them students don't really have the best of times because they are the odd ones out. So they do misbehave and act up and get judged on like where they're from rather than who they are. And Harriet sort of takes this group under her wing, and she goes into work and she gets told by one of her co-workers that the famous 5 is what they call this group of kids are missing. They're truanting, and if the head of their year finds out, he is very like a stickler and it comes down hard on them. So she goes and is like delay, like try and keep him from noticing, while she goes and looks for them. And then she finds them in this old abandoned theatre. And then the police turn up. And Harriet takes the fall for them. That she has brought them there so they can see what it's like standing in a theatre to do with the school, basically. So she gets carted off to the police station. And the representative that comes from the owner, which is this older lady that owns the theatre, her representative shows up, and he just happens to be the person Harriet had a one-night stand with the night before. So he says to her she's not in trouble, but she is going to have to clean the theatre. And then Harriet has this big idea of, why don't they fix the theatre up for this old lady so she don't have to do anything that's going to be her benefit, but she lets the students use the stage to perform A Christmas Carol. And it goes from there. It's so good. And I like that it's not just around a romance. It is more of a community vibe, this book. It is so good. Like, it's got younger people interacting with older people and the different walks of life. So older, more snobbier type people, if so to say, if it was labelling it, and then younger, less privileged kids clashing and coming together, and it's just so great. I highly recommend. Then we have Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, and this follows Nori, and Nori is currently about to attend a friend's wedding. A friend that they had like a friendship group in school, university, college, one of the above. She is attending this wedding at this fancy castle, and this castle is set in the town that she grew up in. So her family lived there, and going back to the town brings back all sorts of emotions, especially with the friendship group, because one of them, he is a bit of a dick, not gonna lie, and he slept with Nori years ago without telling her he was recently married, and the wife is coming to this wedding. So she ends up having to hang around with his wife, and it's so... I just love the friendships. Like, I love books that are based around friendships. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do love the friendships in books. And although this has got a romance in it, I loved everything regarding what friendships mean, because it does involve a loss of a friend. So trigger warning for suicide. It does have that in there. It's not really over in there, if you get what I mean. It's not overpowering, but it's still mentioned, and the way that they keep people's memories alive, and that there's always somebody missing, is in there. And I like that. I like when she meets Isaac again. So Isaac is a kid that she used to hang around with, have like mud fights and stuff when she was younger, and he's now the gardener for the castle that they're at, and he also works for the produce farm that her brother owns. So like, it's her family run business, and her brother sort of runs it now, taking it off their parents' hands. But she had a crush on him when he was younger, and it's that thing of, will her brother mind that she's now going to, like, is fancying his best friend? Or like, I don't want to spoil it. So, but great book. Friendships, family, hometown, all of the coziness, all of the descriptions. It just makes you feel like you're in a Christmassy castle with everything that's described in this book. Absolutely love it. And then I'm going to go into the trilogy that I read and I didn't film. And it is the Knock 'Em Out series, like the Knock 'Em Out trilogy. I quite enjoyed this, fairly enjoyed this. I think it come at a time where the trilogies I have been reading have all been quite dense or fantasy, and I've read a lot of standalone fantasies and carry-on continuations. So it was nice to fly through a series, and I did fair enjoy it. This is one of those where you have reoccurring characters in each, so you get like certain people's stories. Don't really want to talk too much about these two and give away anything that happens in the first one. So yeah, this follows another two people's stories, love story, you know what I mean. And they're this Leaning Tower of books. So I don't really want to say too much about those two. In this one, it follows Naomi, and Naomi is a runaway bride for a start. And she turns up in this town because her sister has rang a emergency. She needs money. So she goes to try and help her sister, which is her twin. She stops off and goes into this cafe. And everybody in the cafe automatically has a disliking to her. Tell her to get out, thinking that she is her twin, Tina. So Naomi's like, that's not me, that's my sister. And tries to get people coming round, but somebody has already made a phone call to Knox, who comes into the cafe and is like, get out. And she's like, I am not my sister, basically. And then when she goes to leave, her car is gone. Her purse and money and everything is all in the car, and it is gone. She's stressed out because everything has gone. Knox begrudgingly helps her. He takes her to the police station so she can file a report. Then he takes her back to the motel that she has booked in. And once she gets there, she finds something that she didn't know she had. And that is a niece. A 10-year-old niece who Tina had never told her about, and left her a note that basically said, take care of her until I get back. I can't take her with me, sort of thing. It follows, obviously, Naomi dealing with that situation, Knox being involved even though he don't want to be involved because he is grumpy and can't be done with any of Naomi's crap, especially if she's anything like her sister, which he soon finds out that she is nothing like her sister. And it goes from there. It's so great. The characters on the sidelines you really enjoy as well, which obviously you get some of their stories in the follow-ons. And yeah, I did really enjoy it. It was such a nice, easy read and very addicting. To say that, like, they're not the best romances, but I thoroughly enjoyed them. So yeah, great reads. So that is all of mine. I am so sorry for the delay on the November wrap up, and then I decided at the beginning of December, I'm just moving them because I can see them falling. I decided in December that I would wrap November's up with December's, and then I saw my Christmas rota and I was like, I don't know when I'm wrapping them up, but I'm glad I've managed to do it. And just for those who would be curious, I did start this part, and for every genre is a different colour. And this is all of the books that I read last year. I think I read more than the year before, and weirdly I'm not happy about it. I wanted to try and read less, but with me, because I read a lot of like manga and poetry, it counts as more books than what you normally would, if that makes sense. So I think I've read 240 books, and last year I read 218. So, you know, big difference. But yeah, this is what the pot of colour, the pot of dreams looks like. So, and it's my excuse why I buy so many books at the same time. But one thing before I go, I did have a Amazon parcel, and I thought it might be something that I ordered already. So I got my husband to just have a peek, but it is a gift. So I'm so sorry to whoever's got me this, because I mean, I will say sorry again in a minute, because it has just been sat. It has been here a while and it has just been sat, but I really wanted to get my reactions opening it. I'm just going to find the notes. Oh, let me make sure I don't show me the address. Here are the notes. Hold on. Receipts. Notes. Oh, it's from Angela. Merry Christmas, Emma. With love, Angela. Thank you so much. And then there is one that says, I hope you know that you are loved and appreciated. Your videos have kept me... I'm not going to read that one out. But thank you so much. And I'm happy that you share my little corner of the internet too. And bloody hell, Angela, you took me out. Thank you so much for your kind words, Angela. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Honestly, everything that you've wrote really means the world to me, and I'm so glad that I am a source of entertainment for you, and that I just know you, because honestly, you're so amazing. I will get the little... You have no idea how much I needed some of these. So it is a pack of... Let me just get them out because it's going to be rattly. It's a pack where you get some tabs, obviously for annotations. And then you also get sticky notes. And these are the transparent ones. But I use these all of the time for when I'm doing a wrap up of a book. After I finish reading it, I write down straight away what my thoughts are and a quick summary of, in my words, what the book is about and how I feel and everything. So in every book that I read, so if you ever come in my library, I'm just inviting you all now. So if you ever, let me grab a book. I don't know why I'm going through them as if it's going to make a difference, but they all have a sticky note in. So straight after I've read it, I can then, when I do my wrap-ups, I can remember all of the little bits that I absolutely loved at the time of reading. So yeah, I really, really needed some of these. If I could get to my box that's up there, I would show you, because they are very thin. I've only got a few left of each colour. So I really, really needed these. I am so appreciative. Thank you so, so much, Angela. There is a book in here, and it is, oh, the 2025 Magical Almanac. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Enjoy more magic every day with tips from today's top writers. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love this. So it has this year's everything like witchy, like magical. Oh my goodness. I love this. Absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry you've lost me. I've just realised I'm still filming. I've been sat going through the book line. I love this. It literally gives you everything as well on the dates. Thank you so much, Angela. I adore it. Absolutely adore it. That is so appreciated. Thank you so, so much. You have spoilt me, and I hope you had a really great Christmas, and your start to the new year has been a good one. I am sending you so much like positivity, hugs, and good wishes for everything, and I'm so, so grateful, and your note means everything to me. So thank you so, so much. And that is for everyone, because with all of your support throughout the year, it has been like a difficult one, like literally my life since starting BookTube. So many years without any hiccups, and then bam. Health and losses and everything went down the pan. But like with all of your support through this year, I am so, so grateful, and I just feel so lucky that I have so many book friends now. And yeah, I also want to thank KJ, because KJ brought me multiple presents for Christmas. She did get me a book, but I have a couple of things that I got for Christmas that I was going to show you guys anyway. So I will put that in a different video, because obviously this one's been a long one anyway because of all of the books and everything else. So yeah, I really hope that you had a great Christmas. I'm sorry that I still haven't had chance to sit down with my laptop and reply to messages. I think it's been like 2 weeks since I've had like a proper full day off. So yeah, I'll be doing that now. But I hope that you had a great Christmas. I thank you for bearing with me with all of the uploads and everything. When I say work is hectic at the minute, I mean it in the largest sense of the word, like capital letters with an exclamation point at the end. There is a lot of things going on in the hospital that I work at, and it is, yeah, very draining at the minute. So I do appreciate you sticking with me, and yeah, I am just, honestly, Angela, you've floored me, and I'm probably going to sit crying again. So I hope that you've enjoyed this reading wrap up of both months, and I hope that you're having a great start to your new year. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye! Hey, blah blah blah. Here we go already. First of all, and there is a hotel, not a hotel. Just drop your kid off at the hotel, where his misogynistic So he finds her was House of Flame and Shadow. This is Sarah J Maas. This is the first. Why can't I speak? I'm reading the second one. Will it say in the book? Probably not, with it being the first one. I did DNF. I did DNF a book, which was the 12 Days of Murder. Yeah, don't even know the title now. What am I trying to say? I need a drink. My mum got me this mug for Christmas. It's cute, isn't it? Then I read, these are the last two, well, they're not the last two romances, are they? So these are the last two that I vlogged, and they are both Jenny Bayliss, and I've just chucked one. Are you okay? Yes, you are fine. And then we have the Meet Me Under, not the Meet Me Under, that would make no sense anyway. Let me have another drink. And it follows Noelle, is that her name? Nori Noelle's. So yeah, where it's in the town that she grew up in. Oh my goodness, let me start that again. She had and then, out of breath, like, let me if I pile these up on here. This pile is becoming like my height while I'm sat down. Here, look. This is what we're rocking with. Because obviously I've read quite a few, what am I trying to say? Oh, a couple of weeks off filming and I don't know what to do with myself. And I love that the epilogue, blah. Seriously, I can't talk. And what was I saying? Oh my goodness me. So she, not Nash. No, that's a different one. So he takes her to the police station. So oh my god, knocks begrudgingly. Oh yeah, I don't want to say, no, should I not say that? Does it say in here? Oh. Okay. But I hope that you enjoyed this little massive I'm so spoiled, unbelievably so. Oh, got a bit crude.